The war between India and Pakistan is still going on. Operation BAAM is the biggest terrorist attack in Pakistan's history and could lead to Balochistan breaking away from Pakistan. The motive behind our attack was very clear. It was a simple and clear message to China and Pakistan to immediately withdraw from Balochistan. According to several reports, India's IW might be behind Operation BAAM. On July 9, 2025, the Balochistan Liberation Force carried out the biggest attack in Pakistan's history. Just look at this map. BAL hit 84 wells across 8 districts in just 2 days. They carried out coordinated attacks. This wasn't some small-time rebel ambush. It was a surgical strike done in a professional military style. Not only did they attack the Pakistani army, but they also targeted Pakistan's biggest player, their top intelligence agency, the ISIS. So, is this operation the start of Pakistan's internal conflict escalating and leading to its breakup? Calm down. Now the Baloch people have risen. This is in 1948, this is 2023, and this is in Bengal, this is Balochistan. They come to kill us every day, sneaking around like jackals. This is how you talk, you can't scare us. We'll spill bodies. How many more will you make us spill? For every person you kill, we'll come back with the same number. And every generation of ours will only take the path of revenge against you. What's really unusual about this attack is that the BLA, a rebel group that used to carry out only small, single attacks, suddenly managed to pull off 84 precise attacks successfully within just 2 days, all at the same time. How did they suddenly become capable of that? Just a month before this attack, the chief minister of Balochistan said that India, the intelligence agency Arebu, is trying to spread rebels in their states. This is basically a IDOT-funded, intelligence-driven war against the state of Pakistan. They clearly accused ADU of being behind the instability there. But you know what? Every other officer in Pakistan makes such allegations, and they haven't provided any proof to back up their claims. But if we want to know the truth behind this, we need to connect some dots ourselves. So, first of all, keep in mind that Operation BAAM is not just some random attack. This was the response from Pakistan's army chief, General Asim Munir, who recently handed over Balochistan to the Americans. Between July 9 and July 11, 2025, under Operation BAAM, 84 targets were hit, not just random spots, but strategic targets of the Pakistani government. It was a clear warning that Balochistan won't stay under your occupation. This time, the targets weren't just military bases. The attack also hit Pakistan's revenue department offices, police and administrative checkpoints, and ISI locations. Tactical hubs, meaning the regional offices, were targeted. And the biggest thing, according to Balochistan Post, is that the BLF didn't just kill 50 Pakistani soldiers, but also took out 9 trained ISI operatives. This is a huge embarrassment for any country's intelligence agency because the message is clear. IS officers have become so weak that even a rebel army can find and kill them. So how are they supposed to protect the country? This operation proves that the BLF is no longer just carrying out small ambushes, but is systematically targeting Pakistan's. The administrative pillars have been broken down. It seems like Balochistan is determined to throw off Pakistani rule. The trigger point for this whole Operation BAAM was the US meeting on June 2, 2025, when General Asim Munir went to the US on a top military visit and openly sold out Balochistan there. Balochistan has untapped reserves of minerals like lithium, rare earth elements, and gold. According to ET reports, Munir has started giving US investors access to Balochistan's mining blocks. And international think tanks like Global Witness, the tanks are also claiming that these mineral extraction contracts are going to companies linked to Trump. So, as soon as the Pakistani generals talked about selling these mining areas, the Baloch fighters planned this attack to protect their land. But you know what? This isn't the first BLA attack on Pakistan in 2025. Since the Pahalgam conflict, terrorist attacks on the Pakistani military here have actually intensified. Just a few days ago, the Baloch Liberation Army, BLA, a rebel group from the Balochistan region, on April 25th, 2025, in just 24 hours, basically one day, BLA carried out 3 IED blasts targeting the Pakistani military, which killed 10 Pakistani soldiers. Just a month before that, on March 18th, 2025, BLA had attacked a Pakistani army convoy. According to BLA, this attack was even bigger in scale than the Pulwama attack that happened in our country, as they claimed to have killed 90 Pakistani soldiers. Historically, the Balochistan province has also, Pakistan doesn't have any special ties with Balochistan. Actually, right after independence, the king of Balochistan, also called the Khan of Kalat, either wanted to create a new country or join India or Afghanistan. He had no intention of joining Pakistan, but Pakistan's Prime Minister Jinnah tricked them and carried out a military operation to annex Balochistan. By the way, I got this info straight from the Pakistan Journal of Research, so it's not from any foreign biased source. So this annexation clearly shows how the people they feel today. Balochistan isn't happy at all. That's why several rebel groups have sprung up from the Balochistan province, all sharing one goal: complete independence from Pakistan. There are about 19 rebel groups like BALF, BRA, UBF, Lashkari Balochistan, BSO Azad, and others. But the group that has caused Pakistan the most trouble is the Baloch Liberation Army, BLA. Every year, the BLA carries out at least 150 to 200 terrorist attacks inside Pakistan, and since 2020, that number has quadrupled. So it's clear that if there's ever a war between India and Pakistan, now Pakistan is already in a really weak position. So this is the golden opportunity for the Taliban to carry out their plans. At the same time, the TTP from another region of Pakistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, is also ready to attack the Pakistani army. Just 2 or 3 days ago, on April 28th, they carried out a bomb blast in the Khyber region that killed 6 people. Not only that, on the same day, in the Waziristan district, near the Afghan border, 54 Taliban militants also infiltrated Pakistan. They attacked the military. Well, in other news, the Taliban have opened a new war front along Pakistan's volatile border. Several anti-Pakistan terrorist groups have also emerged from the Khyber region, like Jamaat Arar, Lashkar Islam, ICS Khorasan. There are about 21 such terrorist organizations, but the most prominent among them is Tehreek-e Taliban Pakistan, TTP, whose sole aim is to free the Khyber province and create a separate Pashtunistan country. So if tensions between India and Pakistan rise, you can bet the TTP will take advantage of the situation. Just take a look at this map. In the past, there have been so many attacks in Pakistan this year. Since January 2024, around 1,000 Pakistani military soldiers have died because of these attacks. The reason is that separatist movements have been going on in these provinces for decades. You could say the people in these areas have been waiting for a chance to break away from Pakistan. And by carrying out the Pahalgam attack, Pakistan might have actually given them that opportunity. That's why massive protests have suddenly erupted in these regions. Let me give you a quick look, starting from Sindh. One of Pakistan's biggest weaknesses is that India can anytime impose a naval blockade on their southwest, like we did in 1999 when we blocked Karachi port. That would stop all imports and exports across the country and economically isolate Pakistan from the rest of the world. But the most ironic thing is that before India, the people of Pakistan themselves have blocked Karachi port. The river Sindh is being looted. The Indus River is being drained. In the last 10 days, many such slogans have been raised in Pakistan's Sindh region. There's a lot of noise going on. I'm sure you already know that the Sindh province has been demanding its own separate Sindhu country since 1971. Because of this, there have been many separatist movements and protests in the region. But just recently, in February, Pakistan launched a new project called the Cholistan Canal Project, through which they want to divert water from the Indus River to the desert areas of Punjab. However, already marginalized Sindhi community in Pakistan is really unhappy about this. Their allegations, the Pakistani army wants to make money by doing corporate farming in Punjab's deserts through this project. But diverting the water is causing losses for them because the entire Sindh region heavily depends on agriculture. That's why massive protests have broken out all over Sindh province. Just a few days ago, the news came that protesters blocked all the highways leading to and from Karachi port. There have been sit-ins against the Mutanaja Canal project at Babnu bypass in Saka and many other places on the national highways. There are kilometer-long queues of heavy vehicles. Now, Pakistan has 2 more ports, but Karachi port is by far the largest port in Pakistan with very high import and export traffic. That's why there's currently a traffic jam of 3 Zarhosen trucks there, carrying goods worth millions of dollars. Stuck in the same jam are 1 Zarhosen fuel tankers as well. If this blockage isn't cleared quickly, Pakistan could soon face a major fuel crisis along with a manufacturing crisis. End of story. Pakistan's already struggling economy is only going to get worse. Just a few days ago, news came out from Poke, where thousands of people took to the streets protesting against the Mines and Minerals Bill. The public alleges that although Pakistan calls Poke Azad Kashmir, it actually wants to exploit Poke's rich mineral resources for its own benefit through this bill. Thousands seem to be coming together to protest against the Pakistani regime. So basically, Pakistan is facing problems from all sides internally. it's gone downhill. All the Pakistani states are caught up in conflicts. And economically, their situation is so bad, I don't even think I should talk about it. But still, I've already covered it in detail in my video. If you want, you can click the button above after this video to check out what's happening with Pakistan's economy right now. Now, the last question. Did RAW support this Operation BAAM? Well, you can't say for sure about this particular operation because RAW operates very secretly. It operates without declassifying anything. But in the past, it's often been seen that RAW supplied weapons to Baloch rebels, set up training camps for them, and paid each member in US dollars, hiring them against ISI. Again, IDO's strategy was extremely successful. In fact, to this day, Baloch insurgents have been a major thorn in Pakistan's side. So now the question isn't just whether Arab supported Baloch insurgents or not. The real question is, will Pakistan lose Balochistan by its own hands? Especially when every attack isn't just against the military, but against the governance itself. When every rebel, if you're fighting not for demands, but for freedom, then understand this isn't just some operation. It could be the start of the country breaking apart. Pakistan needs to pay attention to this. They should properly understand the Baloch people's demands and come to a peaceful agreement with them. What do you think, friends? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and see you next time.